about a week. I actually went on a little bit of a vacation. I think my head's being cut off, so let me scoot on back on the bed. I went on a little bit of a vacation. I went to Lake Tahoe last week, and guys, so pretty. Just fucking fantastic. Stunning, stunning place. I can't believe I've gone almost 32 years and not seen Lake Tahoe, Nevada. Oh, and like my favorite part of the whole trip is I didn't realize that Lake Tahoe was like half Nevada, half California. So I was in two places at one time. How cool is that? So I did that. Something I did want to talk about today. Let me stay on topic. Oh, guys, check out my nails. So I've been doing my own nails, like my own acrylics. They're pretty. Very proud. So my primary topic, I did go on Twitter, because that's where I get a lot of, most of my followers, and a lot of feedback I get there on Twitter. And I asked if we wanted to talk about squirting or the rear end stuff. And there wasn't really a oh, goodness. I've been drinking, I just had a vanilla Coke, so sorry. There wasn't really a definitive vote. So instead, I decided to talk about levels to the sex industry. So I'll just preface this by saying I have always wanted to be involved in the sex industry. Even as a child, I just knew that this is where I would end up. I will say that I tried very hard for a very long time to not want that for myself, because I was made to be ashamed, I was made to feel guilty, I was made to feel that it was wrong. You know, I should want a normal life, I should want a quiet life, I should want, you know, basically the American dream, which is just a bunch of nonsense if you ask me. So I dealt with a lot of shame around my desires, but now I've come to terms with it. I was meant to be a big old hoe, so here I am. So one thing and I'm going off of my own experiences in the business. I have stripped, I have been a paid submissive, I have been a sugar baby, I have been a porn star, I have been an escort. The only thing I have not really truly dabbled in at this point is any heavy S&M, heavy fetishes, things like that. I just, for whatever reason, I'm actually really open to it. Like, I'd love to learn, but just hasn't happened for me yet. So I'll just kind of cover the basics that I just spoke about. So I started off stripping. I danced. I was still in high school when I started dancing, and I, you know, kind of danced off and on, you know, throughout my adulthood. I danced in Louisiana, I've danced in Mississippi, I danced in Georgia, I danced in Denver, my hometown, and now I'm in Vegas, and I actually found another place I may start to dance at, just depending on how they feel about the thickness. So we'll see how that goes. So then after dancing, my next real level was I actually started escorting before I got into the adult film side of things. And I did very well for myself escorting in the beginning of things, because new girls always do well. You always thrive as a new girl in most cases. And I just had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know what to price at. I didn't know where to advertise at. I think I just threw an ad up on Backpage, and people took my bait. So shortly after escorting, I did hardcore video work. those kind of came in tandem with one another, because I ran into a situation where I left my straight job and I needed to come up with my rent and all of my bills. And I had been in talks with an adult film producer at the time for years at this point. I was always just too scared to follow through, and then I decided to go through with it coincidentally right after I started escorting. And then it was paid submissive, so basically I would get paid to let a certain gentleman do whatever he wanted to me. And then there's sugaring, and as a sugar baby, I've always kind of been a sugar baby, inadvertently in most cases, but I've always done it, you know. So I just want to talk about, if I'm looking down, I have a piece of paper. I just want to talk about the difference between, or where I'm at currently. So at one point, I had a major focus on porn. You know, I wanted to be this big, huge porn star. I wanted to take over, you know, take everyone's heart. And I think a lot of us porno girls come in, no matter what your niche is, you definitely, I feel, are going to strive to do your best. And it's a very competitive market. It's a very difficult market. It's not difficult to break into as a female, but you'll see, especially if you're in a niche, as I am, that it's very difficult to book work consistently, because there's 3 producers, 3 companies that will shoot you. So what you find out very early into this is you will not get rich from doing porn. You won't be able to do more. Like, I look at the money I get from porno shoots as like kind of the money you get in a birthday card. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of it's a windfall, so to speak, in some cases. And that's really just based on what you're willing to charge and what the director is willing to pay. And I'm just going to be honest and say that in BBW porn, which is Big Beautiful Women, it really just doesn't pay very much. Not compared to the mainstream models, and not for everything you have to do to be a part of a porn shoot, because you have to get your nails done. You have to consider your hygiene. You're paying for testing, which is $160, $170. If you're traveling, which most of the BBW models do have to travel, you're paying for that. Your food, your wardrobe. So there's a lot that goes into it, and honestly, you're not even going to make back 1/3 of your expenditures. So there's that. Then the other part of doing porn is what you'll see, or what I learned, is that it's just a really strange animal, just from the aspect that you have to understand that once you sign a model release, that director, that producer is going to make more money off of you than you made off that shoot. And they have the potential to continue to make residual income. There are no royalties, so you're not getting a cut of anything. You sign a model release, and I guess the best way to say it is, with porn, you're kind of at a natural disadvantage. Escorting, however, I learned that I keep all my money. I keep all my money. I can do whatever I want with that money. The way I charge what I want. I work when I want. I'm very safe. I have full control of the environment. I choose who I want to see. I set the parameters for how that's ran. There's no further permanent. Once a session's over, I don't have the stress of worrying about if someone can go online and see my sexual conduct on the internet for free. And then that's the other part of porn is, at this point, porn is free. It's free. I mean, there's no other way to look at it. I made a statement about this a couple of months ago and lost a ton of followers on Twitter, but I'm just telling the truth. Like, people can live in denial and live with their head under the sand, but at this point, as an entertainer, as a female in this business, if you want to remain empowered, like, you have to understand that not only are you paying all those costs up front to be in a scene, once you shoot that scene, that's it. You're paid that flat rate. And in some cases, you're not paid, because I've been, and that's the stupid of me, I've been on set and I actually had done a scene and the director waited until the end of the scene to tell me that he would pay me for one scene. So basically he had me perform 2 scenes. All he had was to pay me for 1 scene. So there's just a lot of wishy-washy, backstabbing bullshit in porn that I find I don't deal with as an escort, that I'm not subjected to as an escort. I keep all the profit. Even if I wanted to film all of my sessions, I keep that profit. You know what I mean? So yeah. I'm going to do a second part to this because I'm already at 13 minutes. But next session, or the next part, I'm going to cover why I'm so comfortable in the sex industry and